Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. It's your brother Kevin Muhammad on the West Coast, the West Coast Watchman. Brothers and sisters, bringing to you that another insight on that war, brothers and sisters. We at war. That's why we have a uh, waralert.org where you can go to and to help you understand why the resurrected nation of Islam has came into existence, brothers and sisters. Why the resurrected nation of Islam has came into existence. And we didn't come into existence from our own self, brothers and sisters. We were sitting idly by, caught up in the gravitational vortex of the so-called American dream, which has been a American nightmare for the black man and his black goddess. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? We have been given, or we have heard the lecture of the messenger of the covenant, and we were pulled in to that which he was advocating, brothers and sisters. We was pulled in to that which he was advocating, brothers and sisters, because what he was advocating, what he was saying, brothers and sisters, was talking about something that our mothers and fathers had been talking about since we were born. They were talking about uh, going to heaven. They were talking about the place where we can be free and we can be relieved of all the problems that we were encountering, brothers and sisters. But when the messenger of the covenant, the high priest, Master Suleiman, lift the seven seals of the 22 chapters of the book of Revelation to give us our revelation, brothers and sisters, we got caught up into that. We got caught up into it because it resonated with us. We believed in what he was saying. We accepted that we were being, uh, how you say, getting a reward for our sojourning in the North American wilderness under the Abraham covenant, brothers and sisters. So the revelation that was revealed to us was going to give us a new way of thinking. A new way of thinking, brothers and sisters. A new way of thinking. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? When you eat your dinner, you know, you use a plate, and, you know, it depends on what your dinner consists of. You know, you pile that food on that plate. You know, if you having a three-course meal, or if you having just a one-course meal, say if you was just having bean soup. Then you got a bowl and you pile that, you know, you fill that bowl up with a bean soup. You know what I'm saying? And then you might have a muffin, a malta meal muffin on the side. You know, not no cornbread, but a malta meal muffin on the side. You know what I'm saying? So your bowl is dirty. If you have a plate and you ain't eating no bean soup, you might have some spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? And it got sauce in it and all the things that meal of spaghetti has. And anyway, what it's saying, brothers and sisters, what I'm trying to get to is whatever dish you use, you dirty it up. You see what I'm saying? So you don't take the dish, whether it be bean soup, spaghetti, or whatever you might have. You don't take it and put it in a dish rack after you eat all the food off of it and sit it there to whatever's on that plate dry up, and then the next day you grab that plate, your next meal, you pile it on top of that crust. No, you don't. You don't do that. And the same with your clothes. You put them on, you know what I'm saying? You go out throughout the day and you took a shower that morning and you put on deodorant, but once you went throughout your work day, you know what I'm saying? You perspire, you sweat it. It depends on what you do. If you sitting in the office and then you might not have sweated that much, but you got a little stanky. You heard me? So when you go home, you don't take your clothes off that you wore that day and grab a hanger out the closet and hang them up and then put them back in the closet. No, brothers and sisters, you throw them in the washer, just like your dishes. You know, modern day, you throw them in the dishwasher. You know, or you throw them in the sink and run some hot water. You put some soap in there and you foam it up, the water, and then you put your dishes in and you wash them. You wash them stanky clothes you just took off throughout the day. If you went out jogging in your jogging suit, you don't come home and put that jogging suit on the back of the chair to get ready to wear it the next day. Them socks, them underclothes, whatever you put on, you throw it in the washer, brothers and sisters, and you wash it up. Well, brothers and sisters, the waralert.org, waralert.org, brothers and sisters, is talking about the reset of your mind, the washing and cleaning of your mind, brothers and sisters. The washing and cleaning of your mind, because for 400 years you first couldn't read and write. It was against the law for the black man and woman to be able to read and write. So therefore you lost the knowledge prior to getting here, what you knew about yourself and about your people and about your tribe. You lost all that knowledge because you didn't hear your mother's tongue. You didn't see what your daddy had to do. His job was to protect and provide. You know what I'm saying? And he was in his own land. So therefore, there was no one against him to keep him from doing his job of protecting and providing for his woman who reproduced his X and Y chromosome and created his children. Huh? You didn't have nobody going against you to do that. But once we got caught up under the Abraham covenant and had to go to a land that was not ours and served and afflicted for 400 years under the Abraham covenant, said that God said he made a covenant with Abraham and the seed of Abraham. Huh? When you're talking about the seed of Abraham, brothers and sisters, you're talking about the black man. And of course, you're talking about the black woman, because the seed of the black man, he has the X and the Y chromosome, the male and the feminine side of himself. You see what I'm saying? Making him the ones who shoot into existence the feminine or the masculine side of himself, brothers and sisters. So we lost all that knowledge during the slavery, prisoners of war in the North American wilderness. So this is a mind war right now, brothers and sisters. It's going to get physical in a minute. It's going to get real physical in a minute. But the mind war is what the war that you have to prepare for, and you get that preparation for that from the Abraham covenant. And it just so happened to be a messenger of the covenant that will suddenly appear to Elijah's temple, brothers and sisters, and that messenger has appeared. And he have lifted those seven seals off of the 22 chapters of the book of Revelation. And now he got that information that to give to us, the black man and the black woman that's caught up in the gravitational vortex of the North American wilderness, who don't know their right hand from their left hand, who don't know the 411 that we need to know to receive the benefits from the Abraham covenant. No one is giving it to you, brothers and sisters, except the resurrected nation of Islam. The resurrected nation of Islam, through the watchmen and the warrior queens, is trying to give you that 411, brothers and sisters, by sending you to waralert.org so you can get that information, so you can prepare and start preparing your mind with that cleansing, so that you can think and start analyzing and start receiving the information that we gotta have so that we can receive the reward, to receive the benefit of our 400 years sojourn in the North American wilderness under a crude and dogmatic ruler, the Chaldean, the Neanderthal, the cave dweller, the cracker, that white boy. Huh? That's the information that waralert.org got for us, brothers and sisters. You go to waralert.org and then you register. It ain't to benefit me. It ain't to benefit me, brothers and sisters. It ain't to benefit the other watchmen. It ain't to benefit the warriors, queens. It's to benefit the mass of our people, brothers and sisters. It's to benefit the mass of the Asiatic black man and this black woman. And this do not include all people, brothers and sisters. You understand? You see what I said? I said black man and his black woman. The Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, and the cream of the planet Earth, and his black woman, brothers and sisters. It's the great reset, to change, to get our mind prepared that we may cleanse the 400 years of the trash, that our hard drive, which is our brain, and the soft drive is that which how we think and act and do. We need to pull that software out and implement that waralert.com, because that's our new software. That's the mathematical thinking of the gods. We ain't ninjas, coons, and jungle bunnies, brothers and sisters. We ain't the DOG. We the flip side of the DOG. We are the GODs. Huh? I know it's hard for you to believe that, brothers and sisters, because for 400 years, brothers and sisters, we've been hearing that nigger, coon, and jungle bunny. We ain't heard nothing about us being a God until Master Farad Muhammad came in 1930 and resurrected the nation of Islam and put 60,000 followers and put Elijah in charge of that. The Levites, brothers and sisters, the Levites, the priest tribe, the symbol in your Bible under the symbol of silver. The Levites, brothers and sisters, I know the tribe of Shabazz is the symbol of the gold. And the Bible speaks of the gold and the silver. The elite, the top of the GODs. Huh? The tribe of Shabazz. We speaking from the Levite, the priest tribe, brothers and sisters. That's why we are the resurrected nation of Islam. Because Elijah did his job for 42 years, brothers and sisters, resurrected and giving that 411 on that mind change. But there will be one coming after Elijah. See? There will be that one coming after Elijah, called the messenger of the covenant. Go read that, brothers and sisters. Go read the messenger of the covenant who will suddenly appear at Elijah's temple with fill of soap. Come on, brothers and sisters. What's that telling you? That's telling you coming to wash that bullshit that we've been taught for the last 400 years, and in particularly the last 42 years of the reign of a legion. Louis Eugene Brown. Louis Eugene Brown has got the NOI flipped over to the ION. And you can't hear the information that the watchmen, the warrior queens, and the high priest master Suleiman is giving to us to try to push out that old bullshit net and implement the mathematical brothers and sisters, the thinking of the black God and his woman. And once you download waralert.org, brothers and sisters, and register, once you download waralert.org, WARALERT.org. Once you download, brothers and sisters, waralert.org, it's going to start that cleansing process. Because what you're going to see in there, brothers and sisters, what you're going to see in waralert.org, brothers and sisters, is what transpired in that 400 years of our sojourning in the North American wilderness under the Abraham covenant. See, because once Master Suleiman, the high priest, lifted those 7 seals under the book of Revelation, it gave us revelations on what we would do after the 400 years and how we would prepare. How we would prepare in the process of cleaning out that old bullshit net out of our mind, off our software. Clean it out, brothers and sisters. Pull out that software of our enemy. Pull out that vision of the American dream, which is a nightmare. Pull out that you caught up in those who are in the ION. You caught up in that bullshit net from a black-faced white boy, a damn demon, son of a damn devil, Louis Eugene Brown, the Legion, who's sitting in Elijah's seat, not preaching, not pushing the program of Elijah, not pushing the program that Elijah was taught from Master Farad Muhammad, and definitely not receiving the cleanser not receiving the cleansing of the messenger of the covenant, not receiving the purification that we must receive in order to go home, in order to go back to our land, Arabia, that's on the top of the continent that they call Africa, in the land that they call Arabia, where the high God, the high priest sets. And then the rest from the top of Arabia, top of so-called Africa, all the way down to the bottom, South, what they call South Africa. That's all our land, brothers and sisters. That's why it has to be a great reset to put us back where we was, to put us back where we was in our own land. Now with the knowledge of our lower self, now with the knowledge of all of our enemies, and that main enemy. We know the devil when we see him. We know that cave dweller when we see him. But we don't know what that cave dweller made. We don't know what that cave dweller made until Master Suleiman lifted those 7 seals from the 22 books of the chapter of the book of Revelation. He revealed to us our enemies, brothers and sisters, and we have many. But the one that the most important one is the one that we live with, that we see every day. That black face white boy. Huh? That black face white boy, that Chaldean who went into that black woman and produced a damn twin. He's only a twin in appearance. He's only a twin because he looked like us. He got our color. He got our black face. He got the way we act, the way we talk. Huh? He got those, brothers and sisters. But what he don't have, he don't have that mathematical thinking of the gods. He had the thinking of his daddy, that white boy who created him. That's the enemy. That's the spy in our midst today, brothers and sisters. And the number one spy in our midst today is sitting in the seat of Elijah Muhammad, been sitting in that seat for 42 years, deceiving us, brothers and sisters, deceiving us, got us caught up as ministers, captains, lieutenants, secretaries, and the FOI. Got us caught up in pushing the program and the vision of his daddy, the devil. Muhammad, why do you say this? How can you know? It's easy, brothers and sisters. It's easy. Elijah Muhammad, Master Fard Muhammad, came to let us know that we had 91 years left of our 400-year prison and sentences in the North American wilderness. And they were preaching and teaching and preparing us to go back to the promised land. Once that demon, that legion, that man up perdition, Farrakhan got into the seat, he flipped the script because that's his nature. Since his daddy's a devil, which makes him a demon, half devil and half original by his mother, half devil and half original by his mother. But we know that the woman is the incubator. She carries not the seed, but the egg. Once the seed go into the egg, and then you produce that what you see before you, a human being. So therefore, the man carries the X and the Y chromosome, and the woman reproduces that. She reproduced that man. So if the devil that went into that black woman, she didn't reproduce half devil and half original, which is called a demon. You ain't never heard of that before. I ain't never heard of that before. The only thing I heard about a demon was Hollywood version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Huh? That's the only concept of a demon I heard. But once the Master Suleiman, the high priest, lifted those seven seals on the book of Revelation and revealed to us our enemy, now we know. So therefore, we're trying to give to you, brothers and sisters, that dishwasher, that washing machine in the form of a man, the messenger of the covenant, who would suddenly appear at Elijah's temple with filler soap, and who was set as a refiner to purify the gold, the elite, the tribe of Shabazz, and the silver, the Levites, so that we may preach to you and send you to waralert.org so you can start receiving that filler soap. And then you will go to the lectures of the high priest, Master Suleiman, and you will start receiving that thorough knowledge of self, that mathematical language of the gods, who you are, brothers and sisters. You be them GODs. You be them gods. But you got to be cleaned up internally in that mind. Internally, brothers and sisters, we got to down. Uh, we got to get rid of that software of the enemy, that false teaching, that gravitational vortex of our enemy, that spell that we're under that legion, Louis Eugene Brown, modern day Farrakhan, who got the NOI flipped upside down to the ION. That's why we are here, brothers and sisters, to lead you to your reward after your 400 years, to lead you to your birthright after your 400 years of suffering, lead you to the messenger of the covenant so he can take us to the promised land. Are you ready, brothers and sisters, to go home? If you are ready to go home, then download waralert.org. Dig into that information. That information is vital to your health, vital to your woman that you claim to love, vital to that woman who gonna reproduce your X and Y chromosome, your children, your offsprings, the baby gods, to prepare you for your future. Not in America, not here, because the ones who held us in captivity here, they got a reward coming too, brothers and sisters. They reward is hell fire, the lake of fire. They judgment, their judgment for abusing us, misusing us, the Holocaust. Go to waralert.org or waralert.org, brothers. You will read all about it. And from that, brothers and sisters, I want to take you down to that $5,000 reward. Brothers and sisters, it's a $5,000 reward that's been handed out for the last almost 3 months. They're letting you know that you can get that $5,000 reward if you can prove, which you cannot, if you can prove that that lying son of a devil, Louis Farrakhan, is preaching and pushing the program of Elijah Muhammad and the God Master Farad Muhammad. Is he pushing that program? Hell no. And all of those of you who's under him, you are committing a crime against your people. You ain't for the liberation and salvation of the black nation, brothers and sisters. You for that paycheck. You know what I'm saying? That's what you for. That's the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters. Behold, I will send you my messenger who will prepare the way before me. Then the Lord whom you seek will suddenly appear, will suddenly come to his temple, the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight. He is coming, said the Lord of hosts. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to let you know he done came. And for the last 30 years, 32 odd years, he been preaching the program of the Abraham covenant, lifting those 22 chapters of the book of Revelation that was sealed to give you, to give us the revelation, to give us the knowledge of what we should be doing in this day and time, brothers and sisters. That let us know that which we didn't know about the demons. We supposed to be 34 million strong, brothers and sisters. But the Chaldean went into our black woman, and now we got 17 million spies, demons, half devil and half original. That's what we have before us, brothers and sisters. That's what's in front of us. The white boy don't have to do it He don't have to be in front of us. He got 17 million black-faced white boys in front of us, brothers and sisters. This is the information that has been revealed by the messenger of the covenant. This is the information that's vital to your health, brothers and sisters. This is the information that's vital to your children's health, brothers and sisters. This is the information that's vital to your grandchildren, brothers and sisters. This is that information that is vital to you if you but knew. Will you accept it, brothers and sisters? Or will you accept that lying son of a devil, that beggar who's begging us to keep that so-called American dream alive, that's begging us to forgive the devil of his 400 years of persecution against the black man and his black woman, begging us to accept that so-called dollar that ain't worth jack shiznat under the form of reparation, pushing that program to tell you to take reparation and to give up the contract that you made with the God that evidently you don't know nothing about until Master Suleiman came on the scene and lifted those 7 seals of the book of Revelation. Now you got the watchmen and the warrior queens pushing the program of the Abraham covenant, brothers and sisters, and trying to lead you and help you to go to that waralert.org so you can receive the information, so you can receive the thorough knowledge of self, so that you can go back home, huh? So that you can go back home, brothers and sisters, so that you can be able to get your birthright, to get your reward, and last but not least, get your promised land. I'm your brother Kevin Muhammad on the West Coast, the West Coast Watchman, the resurrected nation of Islam. You only resurrect something that's dead. And the nation of Islam, by not pushing and accepting the Abraham covenant or the messenger of the Abraham covenant, has died. They are the walking dead, walking around looking like they alive, but teaching a dead program, teaching a dead vision, teaching a dead reality. As I came before you, so shall I leave you, brothers and sisters, in the peaceful words of Assalamu alaikum.